All right, so our chicken coop got destroyed during the hurricane. We'll show some video of that later, but we are going to take this horse barn, which is for miniature horses, and convert it into our new chicken coop. So we'll show some recording and some footage of doing that. As you can see, it's got plenty of stall space, and we are just going to clean it out. We're in the process of cleaning it out. Clean it out, treat it for bugs, clean out, fix some of the electricity that's broken in here, and then vacuum it all out, and we will then begin enclosing it and building nesting boxes and all the various roosting ladder things that they need in order to live. And then we'll turn this part here into their run. As we're trying to take stuff out, these gates are getting in the way, so we're going to move to taking those off now. Okay, now lift up. This one gate removed. Now that we've got the chicken coop area prepped and ready to go, we're going to remove all of these boards so that we can turn this into the chicken run. And then we will go ahead and start, we'll build doors and we'll put netting, the fence netting around so that chickens can be in here during the day without predators getting to them. We have finished removing what we were planning on removing. We've even moved some of the over here. Removed the divider here, but left this piece here so the chickens have something they can jump up on if they want to. Well, now what we're going to do is some of the pieces that we've cut from here, we are going to recapture and reutilize to close this part off as well, so that we can put wiring across the top and bottom. And we've decided to use the square mesh all the way across so that we don't have to worry about the snakes. My wife's afraid of snakes, so she doesn't want snakes hanging down off the rafters, which have happened to her in our old coop. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off a piece of wood here and there so that I can take some of this old wood, and we're going to link it up right here so that it can close that part off. Here you can see the chicken coop. This tree fell on the chicken coop. Candace managed, I was out of the country at the time, and Candace managed to resurrect part of the back half of the chicken coop so that she could keep using it, so the chickens have somewhere to be and can be protected. But we're going to, as part of the new chicken coop, we are taking off this paneling and we're going to use it on the old chicken coop, so we can reclaim some of the old chicken coop as part of the new chicken coop. As you can see, it was time anyways. This was here before we bought the property, and so we're hoping that this new one will last a lot longer and it'll be a lot more secure.
Progress.
All right. So over the last few days, we put some of that netting around the outside. What we've been doing is the bottom here has been rotted, So I measured a line, I cut straight across with wood behind it. I pulled out the old rotted wood, and I'm in the process of putting in new wood, which we will then paint and then caulk, and then we'll be able to have a solid base to then put the netting in on this side over here. We've also, as you see over here, we've put the netting over here on the other side. And then if you come inside the chicken coop, you can see that we have started the frame out where I'm going to put the nesting boxes over here, and then we're going to have the roosting ledge here. All right, so we've now replaced all the wood, and I've replaced all of the trim that was on there. Now we're just painting because the panel board that we replaced it with wasn't primed, so we're painting it to prime it. We'll come back and paint it another day. And then if you come in here, you see Candace and my daughter have been in here painting. And now it's all white in here. They've primed this area, so it's I mean, it's going to be an interior chicken coop, but you know, this will help with brightness and might help the wood survive a little bit better as well. So next thing we gotta do is finish putting all of the netting around the outside. All right, so we're facing a freeze of below 26 degrees for us in North Florida, which is not common, but not abnormal, I guess. Anyways, we're trying to finish this quickly, so I've done a bunch of things that we haven't recorded yet. For one thing, we went through and we filled with filling foam, something I can't think what it's called, to fill gaps. We've now installed a door. It's a pretty big door, so we'll see how it holds up over time. I think put a support beam that goes from the top left corner to the bottom right hand corner to kind of help with the sag, and put a latch on there to include a rope cable that comes through so that someone inside can lift themselves in. So the whole thing is now enclosed. You can see we have also caulked all of the seams that were open before. We've put screen on both of these windows, so in the wintertime we can close them to try and minimize wind. But we've also, in the summertime when it's hot or when we're trying to get more light in here, we can open up. Right now there's no power in there. One of the things we had to do was there was a power cable coming through that was pretty shallow. So we've cut that, and later gonna come in and plumb it with conduit PVC to provide power in here, but currently there's no power in here at the moment. If you remember, this used to be 4 stalls for miniature horses. We've pulled all that out, and the nice thing is that everything that we've done so far, for the most part, other than buying the chicken wire, we have used pretty much reused everything to include the screws. So other than chicken wire, even the paint was reused from stuff that was left behind by the previous owners. We replaced that wood paneling you saw last time. We did put up a panel right here that was purchased. That's to try and, because we're gonna make this side of the chicken coop their nighttime location. So we're gonna put the roosts up in here so that they can live in there. We're gonna also later out block off this, and then this side will be their nesting boxes. But we're trying to get it so that we can put the chickens in here over the next few nights so that they don't have to worry about the freezing temperatures that are coming. As you can see, I also filled in all these gaps from the ceilings with the foam as well, so that the chickens, or so that snakes and other little critters can't crawl in through that way. We will later have to do the same in some of the other spots, but right now we're not trying to so much critter-proof it, as we are just making it so that the chickens can't get out. And right now that's where we're at. All right, so we're gonna build the roost right here, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna anchor them to these old hinges that we have saved from the old coop. We're gonna put them on here, then we'll be able to lift the coop up. Gotta trim it a little bit more, but it'll be able to lift up, and then hang out of the way so that we can clean it underneath. we have the roosting ladder now hooked on hinges, and what we're going to do is, so we make it now, all we have to do is we can put a hook up here and a hook right here to hold it up while someone's cleaning it out. And then when they're done, they just unhook it.
Good thing you just missed the lights. That was good.
So it's now been 6 months roughly since we finished the chicken coop, and I'm editing the footage finally and realized that I don't have a real closure video. So I thought I'd just come down real quick and show you how the coop has stood up over time. Like some of the last footage I have shows of us putting up this panel right here. Now the chickens are currently out free ranging, but the door has held up awesome. No sag. Working pretty good over 6 months. It's swollen a little bit, and so it sticks here, but not much more than it did when we originally built the door. Coming in here into the coop, you can see here now, showed us building those. The only thing we did add is a second spot for the chickens to come up, because we found that they were always fighting to use this one right here. And so we put a second one here, and now they come and go as they please, no problem. I don't know if I showed it before, but I did have some footage that I can't find, but we did have to go through and we closed this whole area off. So when it's closed, I have no issues with any critters getting in here. The roost works really well. The chickens, even when they're free ranging, we don't have them free range a lot. Recently we've been letting them out a lot, but they still come back here at night, no problem. They come in here, they lay their eggs. We're able to find the eggs, no problem. One thing I'll say that I've done is we got a big 35-gallon bucket here that I put little nipples on, and that keeps them good for about a week. And then about once a week I have to resurface that, or I have to refill that. With these hanging buckets full of food, works out really well. So the chickens, they come and go as they please during the day. The fencing, the half inch, and this is even quarter inch wire netting, and then the half inch down on the bottom. This is just because we needed some. And the only place that we could find it in stock was the quarter inch, so we ended up buying the quarter inch so that we could finish the top. One thing I've looked into doing is possibly painting this black. It makes it supposedly easier so you can see in. Let me just flip this around here real quick. So again, that netting starts here before the rocks, kind of right here where my foot is, and then goes underneath. It's buried, and then we have rocks on top of that to make it even harder for critters to get in. As you can see, the run's got stuff for them to be occupied. We've painted most of it. We can close everything off during the day, at night if we want to, or leave it open in the summertime when it's hot like it is now. So there's plenty of draft and ventilation to get through. All right, so originally we had planned on putting a door right here separating the run from the roost and the nesting box area. But in the wintertime, we found it was easier just to hang a moving blanket right there to help keep the draft down, since the run and the roost are completely critter proofed. We don't need a door separating those two areas the rest of the time, and it makes it easier and more convenient for us to get in and out and clean. However, it is still an option. The ability that is still there for us to build a door down the road if we wanted to. All right, so that is the complete build of our chicken coop from horse barn conversion. It was well worth the effort. Again, we used minimal, the netting that we used, the fencing is pretty much the only thing that we had to go buy brand new. Everything else was we already had in hand, and we recycled from when we took apart the horse stalls. Worked out pretty well. Or from the old chicken coop, we took parts like the hinges and stuff like that. All for the most part came from the chicken coop. I think I did buy some real high quality hinges for this door since it was heavy. We bought some quality hinges for that. Thanks for watching, and we hope that you'll like and subscribe, and thanks for visiting us on Three Springs Acres.